I will recount an experience during a self-defense forces ranger training exercise. The training involved teams of 2 navigating on foot, using a simple compass and map to designated locations. First, we were given a note with compass, bearings and distances to the initial destination. Reaching that point, the next set of directions to the following location was hidden in a note there. And so on. That was the general idea. Despite starting before noon, by the time we reached the final checkpoint, night had completely fallen and it was past Ichiya. Getting close, but losing our way, we asked at a nearby house, with lights on, sorry to bother them, before finally making it. It was a shrine. There was a large pond, and we followed the clockwise path to the entrance torii gate. Glancing left, I noticed a dead-end section, about 10 meters deep for cars to turn around. Feeling like there might be a small shrine back there since that's where notes were hidden, I paused, gazing into the dim path. Then suddenly, from empty space about 5 meters ahead, I heard a child's voice say, "Wrong way, wrong way." Of course there was no one else but us around. Before I could react, along with the voice saying, "Scary, scary. Help me," the invisible voice with an intense presence rushed toward us. Hair standing on end described it perfectly. I grabbed my buddy's arm and bolted for the torii entrance. Exhausted, he looked annoyed, but the approaching voice spurred me on. The moment we passed under the gate, I heard a resentful and lonely wail from behind, but it seemed unable to follow us inside. Afterwards, I was so reluctant to revisit that spot. We detoured down the opposite slope heading back. I still can't get that lonely voice out of my head. We finished the night training around 2 a.m., rested in the car for about an hour, then, after a 8-hour drive, arrived back at base. After stowing gear and the usual tasks, it was time for those injured during the consecutive days of training to rest and recuperate. My body had badly blistered feet, so stopping by the infirmary on the way to the mess hall. Crossing the large grounds, approaching the intersection on the base road, it happened. Despite no wind, the stop sign was shaking violently, as if someone was grabbing the base and shaking it persistently, to almost 30 centimeters at the widest arcs. Taken aback by the bizarre sight, I said to my buddy, "Hey, that thing's shaking wildly. What's up with that?" But absorbed in his pain, he was oblivious. Uneasy but trying not to stare, we continued past. But next, impossibly, the space where just moments ago was a sign now contained a person, seemingly a service member in light blue athletic gear. Looking closely, his head was drenched in a shocking amount of fresh blood, glaring fixedly at us. No, more like glowering. Speechless at the sight, I froze in place. Time stretched on. The dread seemed endless. After a while, the figure gradually faded in a blink, replaced by the warm, brilliant daylight of early summer. The peaceful, comforting scene made it feel as if nothing had occurred. But it bothered me, so later I researched the backstory. Apparently around 15 years before this incident, a drunk service member had fallen from the sunlit floor terrace of the building right next to the intersection. Unluckily, he landed directly on a stone monument of some kind, resulting in fatal head trauma. When I described the apparition, a veteran member remarked, "That's gotta be him. Maybe he was trying to communicate something." That left an impression.